this on?
Yeah.
Your mic's not on, right?
Everything's on. Looks like everything's in shade, so that's good. What? It's all good. No, it's good. Just leave it there. I'm going to use it over there. So I just don't want to mess with that right now. And remember, everything you say is being recorded. And it can and will be used against you in a court of law.
$72 degrees. In the sun, it'll feel like 80.
Good morning to you. Yes. Gonna get it started in about 30 seconds. All right. I lied. It's less than 30 seconds. Sue me. All right. As we get started today, let's bring our feet out to the sides of our mat and run our sides of the feet parallel to the mat. The slight in-turn of the toe. Let's take the heels and let's push them down into the earth. And then let's make the legs nice and straight. And as we work to straighten the legs, let's do the same thing with the upper body. Imagine all of the vertebrae of the spine, each and every joint, finding an expansion in length. Let's take the chin and pull it in towards the neck. So it gives you that nice little fold under there. Very attractive. Let's draw the shoulders up to the ears. Let's open the palms to face forward and separate your fingers widely. And then use the back of the hand as a mechanism to pull everything backwards. As we create an expansion and opening through the chest, take a big breath in. And as you exhale, sweep the hands all the way up to the sky. Your palms should have rotated inward to be facing each other now. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, externally rotate the palms and fold all the way down. Hang out for a couple breaths. We are underway. We are warming up the body. We're readying the mind and our body for the work we're going to impart to it today. Now, push your butt high to the sky. Feel nice length through the back leg muscles. And then bend both knees and tabletop the back. So bend the knees until your back is in tabletop position. Let's bring the palms onto the shins. Let's push your palms into the shin. And as you do, let's make it wide across the chest. Try to bring the shoulders away from the center line of the body. Let's take the back of the head and lift it up. And as you lift the back of the head up, let's unfold through the hips, but keep them down. Let the hands slide up to the kneecaps. So right now we're in a squat-like position, hands upon kneecaps. Let's rock the body forward until you feel the ball of each big foot, or big ball of each toe weighted. And then let's drift your butt backwards until you feel all of that weight transfer into the heel. Good, now let's keep it there. And then release the hands off the kneecaps, keeping the butt down, opening the palms to face the earth and sweeping the hands backwards. As we expand across the chest, make it proud. Hollow out your belly and push your chest forward. Sweep your arms back a little farther if you can. Take a big breath in, sweep the hands all the way up to the sky. Squat that butt down just a little lower. On the next breath, as you release it, bring your hands to your mat, step back to plank. Let's draw everything forward. You should feel you're up on the toes of your feet now. With a nice subtle movement backwards, push your heels slowly towards the earth. Feel an expansion through the calf. Pull your hips upward towards the sky. And as they pull up, they will pull backwards also. As we come into our first down dog, let's push high into the toes. And then drive your heels to the earth. And then lower your knees just above the earth. You're going to feel the bottoms of your feet start to open up oh so nicely. Let's hover the knees. Then come back into a plank pose. Pull your hips up and back. Down dog. Lower and hover the knees. Sweep forward and back into plank. Pull your hips up and back. Drive your heels to the earth. Lower the knees to hover just above your mat. Come back forward with the upper body. Extend the legs straight to plank. And then come down onto your knees. Today, let's flip the feet so the backs of them are on your mat. As you step your hands back under your shoulders, separate them wider than them. So you're out to the edge of the mat with the edge of your hands. So your head fall. And then from the center of your spine, imagine there's a string there and pull it towards the sky. Now, many times we get this tension reaction. When we move through the spine, we tense up. I want you to try to relax everything as we make the movement happen today. Hollow out the belly. Try to elevate the center of the spine a little higher, tucking under, hollowing out, letting the head fall, and release all of the tension. And then reverse that. Give me a proud chest. Let's talk about our shoulders for 1 second here. So instead of pushing up and away from the earth, I'd like you to push down with the chest so we get more of that rotation of the shoulder blades, more external rotation. Let's take the back of the head, lift it higher to the sky, draw the chin in towards the neck, hollow out the belly, and then let's tuck the toes under. And then let's float the knees just above the earth. And then let's float forward and then backward and then come back to a neutral state, no forward or back, just kind of in the right state. Let's go left and then right and come back center and then lower the knees down. Let's flip the feet so the backs of them are on your mat, and then step your hands forward. Nice. Now, keep elevated. Try to tabletop the back so we're not really in a high level of child's pose. We're in a modified level. Let's take the thumbs and then turn them in to point at each other, and then take your fingers and separate them widely, wide as you can. So our rest points are basically the palms, the knees, and the backs of the feet. Let's pull the hips back now. Let the upper body descend towards the mat, but don't let it arrive upon the mat. Find a nice release for the chest, across the shoulders. Find a calming breath as you take it in, and then release it. And step the hands back in. Find a position underneath your shoulders. Let's sink down into the shoulders. Give me a proud chest and hollow out belly, and pull the back of the head to the sky. And then let the head fall. Hollow out the belly as you pull the spine or the center of it towards the sky. Let's push the hips under and we're going to tuck them. So we're trying to C-curve the spine as we let the head and neck kind of relax. And then come back to neutral spine with toes tucked under. And let's float the knees. Pull your hips up and back to down dog. And then step or jump your feet forward. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Exhale, fold back down. Separate your feet, walk them out to the sides of your mat, and then turn your big toes in so the heels are the outermost point of your feet. Try to externally rotate the heels now. Try to push them away from the body. Again, this is just an isometric activation. We don't want feet actually moving. We just want some muscle active. Bend both knees. Tabletop the back. Palms to the shin. Push palms to the shin, expand through the chest, pull the back of the head high as we unhinge through the hips, let the palms slide up, but keep the hips down. Nice. Now, take the hands straight out in front, palms, rotate the face, separate the fingers widely. Beautiful. Squat a little deeper, hold the squat, raise the hands, stand tall. As you inhale, bring hands over heart. And go, oh, thanks for warming me up. Nice. All right. Let's take the ball of each big foot. So our foots have the toes turned in towards the center line of our body. We have the heels externally rotated. We're going to work the external rotators a little bit. I'm going to try to rotate the heels away. And as you do, we're going to take our butt back, bend through the knees as we extend the hands forward. So we're going to squat down as low as we can. Remember, our bodies are still warming up, even though we've done a warm up. So the range of motion of this has to be practiced where you feel like you're in control. And if it's possible, on each subsequent raise and lower, if it's possible to go a little deeper, feel free to take it there. Now, I want you to maintain that external rotation in the heels. So we have a little more burning going on the area right outside the hip socket, in addition to other areas where you might feel burning right now. And that's good. Let's hold it down and then raise the arms. And then raise them a little higher. And then raise them a little higher. And then stand tall. And sweep the arms down as you fold forward. You notice we've kept the feet in place. As you inhale, extend to a flat back. As you exhale, bend both knees. Palms walk to the shins. Push, expand through the chest, pull the back of the head high as you unhinge. Hands slide up to the knees while your booty keeps low. Sweep the arms forward. Palms are rotated to face. Get it a little deeper. Hold here. Now, try to pull the ball of each big foot in towards the center line of the body. We're going to change that into a medial or inner thigh muscle activation. Now, keeping that interior rotation, rise and lower. And keep going. Try to keep the ball of each big foot pushing to the mat. Try to keep the toes rotating inward. You're going to feel a different activation here, and I want you to enjoy it as much as I'm enjoying it. Oh, hold down, squeeze or turn to rotate in a little more with those toes. Push the balls into the foot, up into the floor. Raise the hands, raise them higher, raise them a little more. Stand tall, inhale, exhale, sweep it down, step back to plank. Boy, wasn't that fun, Kirsten?
So fun.
So fun. Now, pull up and back to down dog. Come back to plank. Hover low. Come all the way down onto your mat. Nice. Now,
That's easy.
yeah, this is easy. Let's take your hands, and I'm going to keep the palms facing the earth, and you're going to step them back towards where your hips are. So there's a bend in the elbows. I want you to make sure that now we've removed the support away from the upper back, support of our hands, that we have a realization that we actually want the muscles of the upper back working right now, so our face isn't planting into the mat. Now, take your elbows, try to rotate them in towards each other. Awesome. Now, pull the back of the head a little higher, and then sweep your arms forward and all the way in front. Oops, there goes the water. That's why we don't put it out there. My mistake. Now, this has relieved a lot of the work on that upper back. We have our fingertips touching the earth. We kind of, if you can imagine, have a ball that our hand has wrapped around so that the fingertips and thumb tips are the contact points and not the palms. Walk the hands forward a little more. As you hollow out your belly, let's bring the legs together into touch with our toes are tucked under. Let's push the fingers into the floor. And as you hollow out the belly, squeeze the legs together. Push the fingers a little more intently into the earth. Hollow out the belly just a little more. Almost like you're trying to push yourself up off the earth with your hands and then fingertips in particular. A lot of trembling going on. That's good. Now, take a big breath in. And as you exhale, relax everything without letting your head come back to your mat. Bring your hands back, sweep them back. Palms come to the earth, right about hip height, sorry. Now, put a little more bend in the elbow so the hands just step just a little more forward. Take their elbows, try to bring them to touch. They won't, of course. It's the effort, the energization of that muscle. Those are those middle spine to scapula, to your shoulder blade muscles working. I want you to try to squeeze a little more. It's going to also create an opening through your chest. Let's take the back of the head, try to lift it higher. And as you do so, I'd like you to start activating some other muscle here. Squeeze your thighs, hollow out the belly, squeeze the elbows together ever so slightly more, lift the back of the head ever so slightly higher, take a big breath in, and as you release it, sweep the arms all the way forward, straight out in front of you. Hands are shoulder width apart, fingertips, thumb tips, connection points only. Walk them forward just a little more. Arms are almost straight. Squeeze the thighs, hollow out belly, push the fingertips into the earth. Push with the intent of trying to lift the chest up off the earth, but I don't want you to do that. I want you to push and elevate and activate. Push a little harder. Pull the back of the head a little higher. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, relax everything. Head can come to the mat now. Let's walk your hands back to the shoulders. Oh, that's a lot of work. When you're ready, come up onto your knees. Extend the hands forward as you draw the hips back, coming into child's pose. Yeah. This mat work is so much fun. Are you having fun, Kirsten?
So much fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, nice. Now, step your feet underneath you. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Pull your butt back. Give me some weight into the heels of those feet of yours. Fold it down. As you inhale, sweep the hands to the sky. Yeah. And as you exhale, lower the arms, shoulder height. Rotate the palms to face the earth. Lily, what's the matter? Yeah.
come here.
Now she's happy. Now, all right, palms are facing the earth. Let's take your thumbs and rotate them down. So now the palms face backwards. And then sweep the thumbs forward all the way up and then all the way back, palms facing the sky. Let's do that a couple more times, slowly. Let's keep the shoulders and hands a relatively same elevation as we make these rotations happen. So these are your pronators and supinators. They basically turn the palms up and down. Might feel good to get some of these active and working right now. We're going to finish with the thumb down position, and we're going to sweep the hands forward, keeping the back of the hands separated about shoulder width apart. Now take your left foot, step it back. Now, a lot of times we want to hang out. I want this to be an active leg pose where we have the ball of the big toe, the front foot, pushing into your mat, and the ball of the back toe, you're up on it. Now, take your shoulder carriage, rotate it to the right, and then come back center, and then keep going. Arms are straight. We're extending out. We're trying to create length. We're trying to decompress the joints here as we work our lateral rotators, our obliques. I want you to feel that right side muscle kind of working after a few repetitions. And if you do feel that, you've got this exercise. That's what I love about you. Now come back center, bring hands over heart, back foot steps forward, hands push to the sky. As you exhale, lower shoulder height. We're getting set up for the opposite side. Could you tell? Palms forward, and then rotate thumbs down. Sweep the thumb up and over and back, and come back through the rotation. And let's do this a few more times. And then we're all going to meet in the thumb down position. Take the right foot, step it back. Actively engage, ball of each big toe of each foot actively working as the hands sweep forward. Rotate left and center and keep going. And come back center, bring hands over heart. Step that back foot forward, push your hands to the sky, fold all the way forward, step it back to plank. Let's get our chest involved today. Hover low, hover high, and do it 2 more times. Pull up and back to down dog. High to the toes, heels to the earth, high and low. Oscillate. Bring both knees down onto your mat and then pull your hips back, child's pose. Come up onto all fours. Let's bring our knees as wide as our mats and our hands as wide as the mat also. Nice. Now, let's pull the butt back. And then let's pull it forward and check out where you're positioning now. I want the knees and hips to have a 90-degree angle. So if our hips are back, that's an acute angle in the knees. And if they're forward of the knees, then that's an obtuse. So we want them 90 degrees. So find that spot and then take the left hand, reach it straight forward, rotate the palm to face the center line. Sweep that left hand out towards the side. Thumb is aiming up at the sky. Bring it back center, lower it down. Same thing with the right hand. Sweep it. It's okay. Come back center, lower down. Let the head fall. Center of the spine pulls to the sky. Chest pushes proudly to the earth. Back of head pulls up high. Hollow out the belly. As you work to hollow and keep that hollowed out belly, take the left hand, reach it forward. You'll feel a little deeper activation in those abdominal muscles. Let's work that. Now, let's take the hand, sweep it out to the side. Let's lift the thumb a little higher to the sky, hollow out the belly, and then lift that left shoulder higher to the sky. Square the shoulders. Bring that left hand back forward and then lower down. Right hand, before we lift it, hollow out, extend it, sweep it to the side, lift the right arm and then the right shoulder. And then sweep it back as you square the shoulder, lower down. Opposite side, out. Sweep it, lift the shoulder, square the shoulders, sweep the hand, lower it back down, right side out, sweep it, lift it, right shoulder lifts, lower the shoulder, sweep the hand forward, lower back down. We're going to do this one more time, each side, left hand, sweep it. Left arm raises, left shoulder raises. Sweep it back down this time. Right hand out, sweep it, raise that right shoulder, and then lower it to the mat. Let the head fall, bring the center of the spine to the sky. Tuck under with your tailbone, hollow out the belly. Big inhale, powerful exhale. Chest pushes to the earth, tailbone rotates to the sky. Hollow out the belly with toes tucked under, keeping the knees mat width apart. Float them. Nice. Now, pull your hips up and back. Drive your heels to the earth. And then step both feet up in between your hands. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Pull your butt back. Fold into those legs. Bend the knees. Inhale, rise up. Hands over heart. Great job. Now, what are you smiling about? It's almost like you know what's going to come up next. And it's worth smiling about because it's a balance pose. Let's take the left knee and let's raise about hip height. Nice. Now, straighten the right leg as best you can. Let's take the upper body and let's try to drift it forward while we keep the leg straight. So we're not bending the knee or bending through the hip. And we're going to have more weighting coming into the foot. You might notice that your toes want to grab into the mat. Relax them. I just want to get a positional awareness of the body. Now, draw back everything until you feel the weight and the heel, and you might feel like you're going to topple over. That's fine. Now, between the front and the back, find a spot where you are in control. as best as that can be. Let's lower the left foot, and we're going to do the same exercise on the right foot. Left knee is almost locked out. Move the body forward. Relax those left toes. Draw it all back. Whoops. Find that topple point, and then between the front and back, find balance. Lower the right, coming back to the left, raising it up. Now extend away, so we're going to rotate outward. And now that we kind of found that center spot, forward to back, we're going to do the same thing side to side. I like you to try to drift sideways to the left, and then drift sideways to the right, and find it centered, and then come back and lower. Opposite side. Drift to the right, drift to the left, come back center and lower. Now, standing in place, both knees straight, leaning tower of Pisa. I'd like you to lean the whole upper body forward. You kind of watch those ski jumpers as they go down. So let's bring our hands back to give us a little bit of cantilever. Make the chest proud. Use the fingers to help create length through the arm, proudness through the chest. As you hollow out the belly, bring as much weight as you can into the ball of each big toe. Grow the spine and grow the neck. Now, shift it backwards. Side view. So we're basically ski jumping, and then we're coming backwards. Finding that nice weighting to the heel. Keeping that belly hollowed out. Sweep the arms backwards. Beautiful. Bend the knees now. Lower. Kind of like we're doing the European train station toilet thing right now. Bring the hands forward, shoulder height. Bring the butt down. Nice. Hold, hold, hold. As you hold on that squat, let's create nice length through the spine. And let's pull in for the tummy. Let's keep the head looking forward. Let's keep that all working. Get a little deeper into this. Try not to compromise the integrity of strength in the spine. Hollowing out the belly, proud chest, expanding through the chest, breathing to allow all of that oxygen that those muscles that are starting to burn are asking for. Inhale, exhale, a little deeper if you can. Now, upper back. We're going to raise the hands. We're going to make the arms long. We're not raising hands by bending through the elbows today, folks. Arms are long. Hands are pulling the arms long. Arms are reaching to the sky. Reach a little higher. As you inhale, stand tall. And as you exhale, say, thank goodness that's over with. Fold all the way down. Come to the front of your mats. Step it forward. In your folded position, as you inhale, extend to a flat back. As you exhale, step the left foot back. Up on the toes of the back. Now, drift the hips backwards so you have a weighting to the heel of that front foot. So that right heel is right in line, is not in line with the knee. The knee's behind it. So we have an emphasis of pressure to that heel as you extend the back. Inhale. And as you exhale, keep extending the spine. Now, take the heel, right heel, push it to the mat. Now, keep extending the spine as you inhale. Keep the hip low. So there's a nice bend in the knee. And we're unhinging. We're opening the angle in the hip. But we're going to lean forward. So we're not coming vertical with the upper body. Now, try to keep that forward lean. And from the ball of the back foot, ball of the left foot, and the heel of the front foot, slightly different activation than what we practiced earlier. I'd like you to take those 2 points and push them into your mat to create activation and elevation of your hips. We're going to straighten both legs. Nice. Now, if you have a little burning going on in that right hamstring and gluteal, perfect. Hands come over heart. Now, we've worked on centering the body. We're going to try and keep this centering effect by letting the hips be positional awareness. Have a positional awareness. We're not going to drift forward or backwards or side to side with them. We're kind of locked in at the legs. We're going to lean in more with the upper body. A little more emphasis on the gluteal and hamstring of the right leg. Take your hands, extend them forward. And then take your arms, reach them to the sky. And then let the arms sweep down. Open the palms as the hands sweep back. Pull back deeply. Proud chest. Open it up. Nice. Now, hands sweep forward. Arms reach to the sky. Higher. Sweep them down and back. Third time is our charm here. Sweep forward. Lengthen those arms. Lift them high. As you exhale, fold over that front leg. Step back to plank. Wow. Pull up and back, down dog. Let that hamstring lengthen out. Let that glute kind of lengthen out. Drive your heels to the earth. As you inhale, extend. Come back to plank. Pull up and back to down dog. Step or jump your feet forward. Inhale, extend to a flat back. As you exhale, step the right foot back. We create a nice separation. There's a width between right and left, almost about hip width. Now, keeping the bend in that left knee, extend the back, pull the back of the head, equal. So we're tabletopping with the back. Let's draw the hips back just far enough where we feel the left heel mostly weighted. And the ball of that right foot connected nicely to the earth. But the heel, of course, that right heel, we didn't talk about this last time around, is lifted off the mat. So you're just on the arch of that front foot, or of the right foot, with the ball of that foot nicely connected. As you inhale, extend the spine. Use the back of the head to pull the body up. Sweep the hands backwards. We're leaning in. Now, activation. Heel, left foot, toe, right foot. Drive those into the earth and elevate the hips. Now that we have that chain of muscle active, lean in a little more. Sweep the hands forward and up. Arms are long. Yes. Lift a little higher with them. Sweep them down. Open palms as your hands sweep back. Proud chest. Legs, remember, those are the immovable parts of the body right now. We're nice and centered. Sweep the arms forward, raise them up. Higher. Exhale, lower. Sweep back, proud chest. Push heel, ball. Keep centered in those hips and legs. Hands sweep forward. Rise up, higher. One notch higher. Exhale, fold forward, step back plank. Great job. That's a lot of posterior chain activation. Pull up and back to down dog. Step both feet forward. And then lower that booty onto the mat. Nice. I think it's time for a water break. We're working in the sunlight. Cheers. Yeah, and it is hot.
Beautiful day though.
I know that sounds kind of.
It's hot, it's 72.
Yeah. Sounds like, oh, my poor people, how they suffer in that sun when we're freezing cold here, wherever. No, I'm kidding. All right, so let's lower ourselves down onto our mat. Oh, and say good night. Let's take your feet, and we're not going to extend them all the way straight. We're going to have them out where the angle in the knee is very obtuse. So it's not 180 degrees, and it's much greater than 90. Like, you know, pretty good extension. You're going to bring the heels about hip width apart. You're going to take your toes, actually, you're going to take your feet and you're going to flex them. So you're going to pull the top of the foot in towards the shin. We want that shin muscle active. Now, while we work to keep the dorsiflexed foot, the shin muscle active, we're going to rotate inwardly so that the legs, the thighs in particular, and the big toes rotate into touch. Now, keep the feet in dorsiflexion, keep them flexing. Hollow out your belly, bring your arms down beside your body, and much like we were doing in an exercise earlier where we kind of cup the hands with the fingertips and thumbs touching the earth, we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to give me a proud chest. You're going to push the chest towards the sky. You'll notice your back is going to lift up off the mat. That's fine. I don't care so much about that. I want the lower body being the focus now. Feet in dorsiflexion, thighs squeezing in to touch each other. Fingertips now are going to help us push the body up off the mat. We're going to pull the heels in towards our butt and try to lift up our rear end up off the mat, keeping those feet in dorsiflexion, squeezing those thighs, and then relaxing down and extending it all the way straight and going, thank God that's over. Hands reach back above the head. We're going to create length along that whole body of ours. Beautiful. This should feel pretty awesome. If how I'm feeling is how you're feeling, then yeah, it should feel pretty awesome. Yeah, you're welcome. Now, let's bring the feet slightly in, separate them hip width apart. This is such a great exercise. We're going to do it again. I know how much you love it. We're going to dorsiflex the feet. We're going to rotate the thighs and the big toes into touch. We're going to keep those feet dorsiflexing. We're going to take the heels and start to pull them in towards the hips. We're going to get that medial or inner thigh muscle activation. And we're going to amp it up by trying to squeeze those thighs just a little more. And then we're going to get the posterior chain a little more active. Let's bring the fingertips, the cupped fingertips and thumb tips onto your mat. They're right beside your body as you push them into the mat. Proud chest. Don't let the shoulders cave forward. Expand, make that chest proud. Keep those fingers pushing hard. Let's push with the heels and squeeze with the thighs. Push with the fingers. Lift that butt up, 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 and lower and extend everything straight. Oh. Oh. Feels like I'm breaking into a massive sweat when I do that, and I am, because there's a lot of muscle activating. Now, this is such a therapeutic exercise. We're going to do it one more time because Kirsten loves it so much, so you can blame her.
Just tell us when we have to lift the butt up.
Now, here we go. I'm going to do less cueing this time. Heels, knees bend, toes and inner thighs connect. Arms are extended beside the body. Cupped fingertips and thumb tips are on the mats. Heels push down, eyes squeeze together. Fingertips pushed into the earth as the butt lifts up, up, up off your mat. Hollow out the belly, push the heels a little harder. Most importantly, squeeze those thighs ever so slightly more, and then lower down and extend all the way out. Oh, and then bring your knees up and into your chest. Oh, there goes my lower back going pop. And then pull in and out and let it just kind of massage a little bit on your mat. And then bring your forehead up to meet your knees, rock forward and back, and then come into a seated position with legs extending straight. It's our staff pose. We'll have like a staff meeting. I know, what do you expect? It's Sunday. I use all my best material Monday to Friday. Now, we're going to bring the feet about wider than hip width. We're going to make the hands nice and comfortable and relaxed. I'm going to take the upper body and start to work. I'm going to take the shoulders. I'm going to pull them up towards the ears. And then I'm going to squeeze the shoulder blades together and open through the chest. Hollow out through the belly. Bring hands over heart now. So as we work staff pose, we're going to work three things. We're going to work the chin, pulling in towards the neck. We're going to make the spine and neck long. That's number two. And number three is we're going to create space across the chest. All right. And to make this all work, connecting it all together, we're going to hollow out the belly. Now you could argue to say that's 4, but not really. That's just how we stabilize this pose. No one arguing, right? Try to grow a little taller, try to expand a little wider, and try to pull in a little deeper as you maintain the stability with that hollowed out tummy. Take a big breath in, push the hands to the sky as you exhale. On the release of the next breath, fold forward. Let that low back kind of lengthen out, hang out. You take it to the depth that feels best for your body. As you come back up straight, let's slowly, one vertebrae at a time, take it down onto the mat. Let's C curve out the spine. Let's hollow out the belly, taking it down. Oh. Now keep the hands up over the chest today. Let's make the chest wide so you can feel your shoulder blades flat. How do you know they're flat? Well, if you feel a ridge pushing in, like there's a pressure along a certain area as opposed to a broad area, you would know that your shoulder blade is angled. We want to try and get the flat part of that shoulder blade on the mat. Please. There, I use the magic word. Now, hollow out the belly. Take the chin, drop it into your chest. Peel one vertebrae of the spine at a time, up, off the mat. The hands are going to start reaching forward. Try to keep broad through the chest. You can hear my voice trembling. This is crushing. Keep the C curve in the spine. We want that hollowed out belly as we dive the fingers towards the heels and extend through if you can. Get that nice release of the low back. And then keep the C curve in the spine. From the bottom of the spine, one vertebrae at a time, hollowed out belly. Each vertebrae slowly, one at a time, lowering down. Keeping the hands over chest. Pull the knees up and into the chest. Pull the knees in towards the chest with the use of the hands. Rock and roll forward and back. Beautiful. Now roll up, cross the legs, walk the hands forward. Fold forward. Take a breath and release. On the next inhale, let's walk the hands back. Cross your legs the opposite way. Bring the hands forward, walk them through. Take a breath. On the next inhale, hands walk back. Bring hands over heart. Let's grow your spine and neck long as you inhale. Keep them long as you exhale. On your next breath in, let me thank you for your great participation today. I hope you enjoyed class and I thank you for joining us. Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste.
Woo! There's Anne.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing, Sean?
Good. How are you doing, Anne?
I'm great now.
Thank you.
How are you, Kirsten?